Welcome to the Apter Chat.
Hi, thank you for having me. So, Bill,
Yes.
I noticed that your wife is away, and while we're here on After's Alley, we could play.
Hello everyone, welcome down to Apter's Alley. This is Bill Apter, the Apter Chat, with another Indy Buzz meet, and today, Renee Michelle. Welcome to the Apter Chat.
Hi, thank you for having me. So, Bill,
Yes.
I noticed that your wife is away, and while we're here on After's Alley, we could play.
It's not what you think, dear. we're playing interviewer and interviewee, correct?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Come on now.
Although she's got to be one of the best knockouts, if not the one that I've ever had down here
Thank
at
you.
Apter's Alley. Yeah. So you've been wrestling now for how long?
For about 2.5 years now.
Now, what made you, a girl who looks like you, who could go into the modeling industry and probably become a mega superstar, why did you get into pro wrestling?
Actually, I was approached, believe it or not. I grew up on martial arts since the age of 4.
Really?
Yeah, so I was more so of a
Not
martial
going near
artist.
her. Yeah.
Be careful. But
I'm gonna tell you the one martial arts move that I learned. Can I show you this?
oh yeah, sure.
The teacher at the martial arts school that I went to said, if somebody comes toward you and is going to attack you, take your hands, put them together like this, go down on your knees and go, oh, please don't hurt me. That's not what you learned. Right?
No, other one.
No.
We used it for prey.
But what were you good at?
I was very competitive. So I've been 6 days out of the week trained for 6 hours.
Wow.
I did a Taekwondo, Muay Thai, Kung Fu, weapons, and also Capoeira. So throughout, I stopped around at the age of 18. And so I wanted to, around the age of 18, somehow I landed into a little bit of that modeling gig, but I wanted to challenge myself, and let alone challenge myself in front of the audience. So I started taking acting.
Yeah.
So
where did you study acting?
It was in Tacoma Park at Bello Talent Management.
Okay.
So Tacoma Park, Maryland.
Okay.
So while I was there, still getting my foot wet in the door, and still pursuing with the modeling and also the martial arts and the acting.
Mm-hmm.
2.5, almost 3 years ago, I was approached by Dwayne Gill, which also
Gilbert.
Yeah,
Gilbert. Who said that?
Yeah, so I never grew up on wrestling, unfortunately.
Now he's from Maryland, so this is how we found you. Yeah.
Yeah, so
So you didn't watch it when you were growing up?
No, and I wish I did. I wish I had the opportunity to know so much.
Yeah.
I love it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. So he was very determined. He legit chased me across the field. He's like, have you ever thought about?
You can see why, right? Go ahead.
He's like, have you ever thought about becoming a wrestler? And I'm like, you want me to be in the ring with a bunch of men and being pummeled around? No, thank you.
Did you first think he meant like a ring card girl or something? Was that
No, because I had friends of mine that took me to my first wrestling show.
Got it.
So I was like, wow, it looks really cool. See these guys knock each other out and everything. And then next thing I know, Dwayne's asking, Gilbert's asking me like, hey, you want to become a wrestler? I'm like, He's like, oh no, it's not like that. You have a really good look. You look very fit, very athletic.
Yeah.
You'll fit just fine. And I'm like, he was very persistent. He wouldn't take no for an answer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, you know what? Can't be that hard. Let me try. So I tried it out. I developed a love for it, and of course I catch the wrestling bug.
Wow.
So I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yeah, and that wrestling bug never leaves us, by the way.
Oh no.
It really doesn't. So your first, how long did you train for before you had your first match?
Actually, I was training for a few months. You would have figured you'll have about a year before you debuted, but only really for a few months, and then I was just thrown out there. It was very much last minute. But
where was it?
It was actually at Big Time Wrestling in Hagerstown Theater.
Yeah.
It was March 29, 2013.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So now, you've been wrestling for 2 years, unless
Mhm.
you're watching this in 2018, do the math.
Yeah.
What's been your toughest challenge, what you've learned in the business? What's been the hardest thing to overcome?
Knowing the in-ring psychology of it.
Interesting,
You know,
right?
you'll never stop learning.
Right.
You know, as if many times people go like, oh, I know everything, oh, I know everything. No, it's wrong. You know, if you feel like you know everything, then might as well hang up your boots because you never stop learning.
Okay.
You know, it's a very tough sport. You know, I commend the ladies and gentlemen who does it.
Oh, of course. Of
You
course.
know, they definitely have my respect for it. You got to be a little bit crazy to do it, but I love it. I wouldn't trade it for the world, and of course, I hope to have a very long career.
So what federations can people see you in?
Currently, right now, I think it. Well, in 2 weeks, I'll be heading over to Japan. So
Now, again, this depends on when you're watching this, so we're talking about late August?
yes, I'll
Okay.
be over in Japan on August 24th.
Okay.
So by the 24th, I'll be working for Marvelous for a few months, but I will be back. More than likely, you'll catch me over at Maryland Championship Wrestling.
Well, you have heard that in Japan, and this all started back in the days of Medusa, Alundra Blaze, that once you go to Japan and train and work, wrestle against their girls, you don't come back the same. You're a lot tougher.
Yeah.
It's a totally different, tough style. It's in Japan, and I've talked to Medusa a lot of times like this. It doesn't matter what great looks you have to be tough enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely got to be tough enough.
Yeah.
But
Is this your first time?
yes,
Okay.
yes. So I'm bracing myself for it, but luckily, you know, it's a good thing I took it when I was in college, Japanese, so I'm able
You
to
speak Japanese?
not fluently, but
Okay.
just enough to get to point A to point
Oh,
B
that's
and
great.
read.
Great. My Japanese is limited to domo arigato and chicken teriyaki. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
So, after Japan, you'll be working a lot of the independents. People want to know where they can see you, of course, so tell them where they can follow you on social media and find out what your calendar looks like.
Yes. Right now, you can follow me on social media, which is on Facebook, is one Renee Michelle, as well as Twitter.
Spell
one,
Renee Michelle. Just
Oh,
some
yeah.
people have one
Yeah.
E in Renee. And
Yeah. So one Renee, Renee, Michelle, Michelle. You can also find that on Facebook and also as well as Twitter. And you can find me on Instagram, which is Lady RM, LadyRM.
Okay. All right. Well, we're thrilled that you came down to visit here
Thank you.
at Apter's Alley, and we look for big things. And we'd like to get you back here to discuss what happened in Japan
Oh yes,
as well.
definitely.
Yeah, that's going to be an experience. I've been there 5 times and never been working in the ring, of course, but I've experienced what everybody has gone through
Mhm.
there, and it's going to be the most amazing part of your young career so far.
Yes,
So you know how we end these things. You watch Apter's Alley once in a while,
of course. Point at the camera.
and what do we say? We'll see you
We'll see you.
at the matches.
At the matches.
You and him too, and her, that one, right over there, that kid.